Good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing today? It is Sunday, February 21st. It is also the first Sunday in the season of Lent. I thought I'd take you down to the water because it's a little bit warmer this morning, and I thought you might enjoy the view as we start a brand new week on this Sunday. This morning, I want to talk to you about being winter weary because I know all of us just about probably are. It has been unusually cold for an unusually long period of time along the Northwest Florida coast, and our friends in Texas are just miserable right now in some other states because of the dangerously cold and frigid weather they've had, complete with ice and snow. A client called me from Milwaukee day before yesterday, and I said, well, how's the weather up there? And he says, it's warm. We're a couple of degrees above zero. Insert eye roll, right? But for him, it was great. But you know, I think we're all just really tired of winter. And I'm not just talking about the temperature. I'm talking about the winter of our soul and the winter of our mind and our spirit. You know, we have been through a lot in the last 12, 14 months. We're weary of the pandemic and of the restrictions that it brings. We are weary of not being able to go out and do and be with people that we want to go out and do and be with, you know, when the mood strikes. It's been difficult. It's been hard going through the winter weather where we're cooped up inside once again for a different reason, but you know, we stay inside because it's been so cold. And we are all just ready for spring, right? Well, the good news is winter is here right now, but spring is coming. And I have a great illustration for that. A few years ago, when I was doing my 40 Hours with Jesus Lenten journey, it was in Milton, Florida, and I'd driven by this historic church a few times, St. Mary's Episcopal Church. And on this day, I thought, I'm going to get out and go in there, and that will be where I spend my hour of solitude today. So I got out and I stood across the street first and just looked at the beautiful historic church. It was founded in 1877, and I found myself thinking about all the families that have passed through that church. I envisioned all the baptisms and the weddings and the church picnics and even the funerals that were held in this historic church. An old church that is still alive with history and faith and family. Well, I began walking up the steps to the church, and I was very disappointed to see that the doors were locked. It was not open for any visitors that day. But I spied a picket fence running alongside the church, and I decided to follow it. And it led me to a backyard garden. Well, the gate was open, so unlocked, so I opened it, and I went inside and looked around, and I found a little bench, and I decided to sit there. And I said, okay, God, this must be where you want me to be today. So I looked around and I read some devotionals and I prayed, and I just couldn't figure out why was I there. And all I could see was like the dark gray ground and the brittle sticks and the dry leaves and the trees that had no leaves, and it was just kind of bare, and I don't know, just it didn't do much to nurture the soul, right? I looked at the back of the church and the pretty architecture. Now that was nice, but I could still tell that wasn't why I was there. So don't laugh. I really did just sit there and close my eyes and say out loud, okay, God, why am I here? Seems like I ask that a lot, but why am I here, God? And I opened my eyes, and wouldn't you know it, my eyes fell on something I had not seen before. A beautiful burst of color. Yep. A bright yellow daylily had broken through that hard, dry, brown ground amid all those brittle sticks and was shining forth as if to say, hey, hold on, spring is coming. And that's what I want you to know this morning. Spring is coming, not just in the temperatures, but in your spirit. You know, just as at the end of winter, spring arrives with its color and its nice temperatures and its warmth. At the end of the Lenten season, Easter arrives, and Easter is a time for Christians, those of us in the Christian faith, to feel renewal and to get strength and to feel warm and joy at what our future holds. Isaiah 43:9 says, behold, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? And so I want you to hold on to that this week and know that God is doing a new thing with us. In the winter season, we can spend the time renewing our spirit by gaining strength, by Bible study, by prayer, by self-denial, by trying to become better stewards of our time and of our words and our actions. It's hard to remember sometimes that spring is coming when we're trudging through the days of the winter season, when our days are gray and dark and misty and cold. But if we look around us, we will see those bursts of color in our life. And that's what I want you to do this week. When you are feeling in the midst of the winter garden of your life, I want you to look around and find that burst of color. It may be a person, a relationship, flowers in your own yard that have broken through the cold winter ground. It might be something fun like a child running through a park. There's color in your life, something that is saying to you, hold on. It's not always going to be gray and cold. It's going to be warm and colorful soon. Okay, you guys go out. Have a great Sunday. Be grateful for this day. It's a new gift that God has given you. Unwrap it and live it to the fullest. And I will see you in the morning.